fair, I don't know Auros all that well.
Yeah, neither
I
do
know
I.
about him.
I know
but
that
I don't really.
I know that he stole White Agent from me to play World of Warcraft. Feels bad, man.
Wow, wow, wow! Really, Auros? Really? But anyway, he's not here in this series, and we are on Curious Minds LE, where once again the Roombas are exploding. We have the yellow Terran player representing Team Super. It is Dolan.
And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Curious Minds LE, we have the Peruvian Zerg player himself representing Roots Gaming. It is Catz.
By the way, isn't it funny how it's Paul versus Paulo?
True, true. The pull on pull action. Let's go. As Catz, he's going across the map immediately with the drone.
Somehow I'm not surprised, you know? Like, Catz is known for being a very creative player, to put it that way, and potentially proxy hatching a Terran is definitely not out of his capabilities.
Yeah, he does have enough resources for the proxy hatch. There we go. It is turned down at the natural base. Aye. This is the Catz we all know and love.
I mean, Catz is known for having his shenanigans, and I'm not sure if Dolan has faced something like that before, to be fair, because it's not very common to proxy hatch a Terran of all people.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, why the hell not? You know what? You know, Catz is a big fan of Papa Panda, but to be fair, he's the player who kind of started all of this as well. As we see a full surround here, this hatchery will not finish, but it is forcing a lot of lost mining time.
Yeah, at least it will get... Wow. Even an Evo. So this is like the pure, like, original proxy hatch, you know? Back in the day, this is what proxy hatches were like.
Yeah, went for the Evo chamber. In the end, Catz will be forced away, but all this was to, again, force a lot of lost mining time, keep the economy of Dolan pretty low. Even, I mean, I was about to say force the Marine, but a Reaper is on the way coming out as well, and there's a lot of potential for damage here. The Queens aren't done yet. There are a couple of Lings on the way, but again, they may have a hard time dealing with this Reaper.
Yeah, indeed. We may see a few Dronkies right there, depending on Catz's micro.
Oh boy, exactly. The Reaper is here. Drones are being pulled. How good is the micro? Can he keep it alive? No, he cannot! Oh.
Yeah, one drone down. The Lynx will chase off the Reaper for now, but there's only two of them here. And one already falls.
Oh boy, exactly. Meanwhile, can he get another? The Reaper is already sustaining a lot of damage, and it looks like it will be just barely forced back, but not before killing one drone and two Lings. Okay, not a mass amount of damage, but, you know, at least he got something.
It's a very nice damage for Reaper, something that you don't usually expect sending that unit to the other side of the map.
Oh.
But it's not like it's gonna win the game just right there and then.
Ooh, hell yeah. I mean, in the end, you know, again, the Reaper just making Catz feel a little bit uncomfortable here, a little bit on edge as he finally does force it back. And now we have to take stock of the situation. Because of the proxy, Catz's third base was a little bit later. His gases were a little bit later as well. He did prioritize them afterwards, though, and link speed is still at least on the way. But we have to wonder if everything was worth it in the end for Catz.
Yeah, I did. And Dolan, once again, going for the Liberator with the Tech Lab, trying to fake it out, but Catz is actually not scouting him quite yet, so I'm not sure if it's even gonna come to play.
Yeah, not gonna lie, this is a little bit old school from Catz, because he has two Overlords across the map, one outside the main and one at the natural. You know, this isn't really something that we see too often, just because Overlords do get killed. Oh, as Reaper does get sniped.
Yeah. It does get sniped, it does get also a good view on the bases, but now is the time. Will the Liberator be out before the Overlord goes down?
Well, again, the important thing is that Catz, I'm sure he would have been tuning in to the previous games, and he could have taken note of the fact that this does happen quite often. The Liberator did just barely get seen by the Overlord, so Catz should be aware he already has spores on the way.
Yeah, I did. But the Liberator is on the way to the other side of the map. There are spores going down, so it should be defended, but it may still get some damage. What about the Hellions, though? It doesn't look like they're going to the other side of the map.
Yeah, we do have a decent amount of Hellions, and it looks like he may be waiting for another wave. There we go. 2 more do join the party of Hellions. And we'll see what Dolan can get done as Liberator is waiting here outside of the main base. Catz does have spores in position, but again, they're mostly in position for Banshees, not so much Libs.
Yeah, there are 2 queens, though, so they should be able to deal with this if Catz spots it.
Oh god, yeah, he will end up losing one of his queens, and the Hellions, they get into the natural. No, not like this. Ah!
The drones are lining up, but fortunately they moved away just in time. But 9 drones already fall to the Liberators together with the 2 queens.
Oh no, the boys are being pulled as well. Oh my god, drones are getting barbecued here in the main base as 23 drones plus 24 go down.
24, the Liberator does go down, and the Hellions do get cleaned up eventually, but 24 workers is a lot of damage.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, Catz, he didn't really quite take notice of the Liberator in the main base too quickly. That's why Dolan actually went to the main, because he saw that the queens were dying. He's like, yo, if you don't have any queens here, like, there's gonna be that much even more damage there in the main base. So very well done there by Dolan, getting a very strong economic advantage.
Yes, indeed. Very nicely done by Dolan, and we'll see what he's gonna do with that advantage, as once again he's going into the bio tank as we are used to.
Yeah, he's gonna be taking his 3rd base again. This is gonna be very similar to game number 1 against Caleb, where Catz has sustained a lot of losses early on. He's gonna be trying his best to drone up and regain and recoup all his losses. But because of that, like, he just won't really have much of an army when that push does end up coming. The other interesting thing, though, the big difference is that Catz isn't going Ling Bane.
Interesting indeed. I mean, we do still get a lot of Lings, but we get mostly Roaches with the range attack as well. I mean, we did see Roaches with Caleb as well, so, you know, it's not that uncommon to see. But it also didn't work for Caleb.
Yeah. We'll see if it works for Catz. I think the important thing to take note of is that if we look at the vision of Dolan, he hasn't scouted this because the tech is in a really weird place, right? Usually it's in the natural or maybe even in the main. But because it's at the 3rd base, when the Hellion run by went across the map, he never saw the Roach Warren, he never saw the Evo Chambers.
Yeah, that he did not. I mean, like, I mean, he's just gonna go. Like, look at it. I find it very interesting how he moves with this drop, as like he keeps patrolling around, and now he's just gonna move into this 4th base.
Yeah, that he is. +1 or 1-1 is about to finish up in a couple of seconds. He does end up scouting all these roaches, so at least he's well aware of them before any kind of push comes across the map. He will be deflected, will be forced into the main.
Yeah, the links are there, ready to defend though, so no damage will be done from Dolan here, I'm afraid. But he does shave off quite a bit of army.
Yeah, I think all the Lings were cleaned up. The Roaches are kept at home for the time being. But again, this is a little bit scary because Catz has finished droning. He's up to 64 drones. He's making nothing but Roaches right now. +2 is on the way. Roach speed as well. Oh boy, Catz is working up towards a strong push. But is that really going to work out for him? Maybe. I mean, the creep highway, it's, to be fair, almost at the 3rd.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the creep spread looks really good. It's like almost covering the whole half of the map, although not the half I would be expecting to, as there's barely any on the bottom, but it is almost reaching the Terran base, so...
And again, I think what's important is that Catz is being distracted right now by these drops, by this army. Was one of the Ravagers does get sniped, so will all these Lings, and again, this is crucial here for Dolan as he builds up his army back at home, as he gets his tank count even higher.
Yes, indeed. And he just does not stop with this drop. This drop is only a distraction, by the way, as the rest of the army is already rallying in, and now Catz will have to face all of these tankers as well.
Yeah, here we go. The tanks are on the way. They have to be a little bit careful not to bunch up because we have plenty of Ravagers. There we go. Immediately, one of them gets piled down. Oof.
One of them gets piled down, but the rest survive, and the Marines actually move forward straight into the Ravagers, cutting them off from the Queens as well.
Yeah, every single Ravager goes down. We do have a massive wave of Roaches coming, but they're only Roaches. They can't really do anything against these tanks.
Yes, indeed. And now, Dolan can just reposition as Catz is trying to remake his army, just making straight Roaches right now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's not really what you want here. You need Ravagers to help deal with the tanks. Like, again, it looks like Catz going to have to give up this base. In the process, he will lose every single one of the workers. 5 drones go down.
Oh, Dolan has to be careful about this rally though, as the Marines just go straight forward, but I think he actually has enough forces to overpower the Zerg.
Yeah, exactly. He may lose 2 tanks, but Catz loses his entire Roach Ravager army. GG gets called. Dolan takes game number 1.
Indeed he does. Very nicely done.
Oh my god. GG, well played. And again, it's just a really difficult position to come back from after you lose 24 drones. Like that's that's
yeah, that was really a lot of damage. Like there was the reaction to the Liberator was very late, and unfortunately, like yeah, it just snowballed from there.
Yeah. Oh boy. It's one of those things where, like, if you're in a position and if that happens, right, you have to do something crazy to come back to try and equalize the economic damage or catch your opponent off guard. Unfortunately, Catz wasn't quite able to do that. Oof. GG. Dolan, he takes a lead in this series, and now he only needs 1 more to move on to a qualifying match.
Yeah.
Oof. Oh boy. Here we go.
Fernando in the chat, something must be broken. They are at 8+ minutes in the game.
Oh god. Hello, Fernando. Hello. Also, shout out to Paddy Mac in the chat. Hello, Paddy Mac. Oh god. Welcome, Papi. Welcome.
Yes, indeed. Welcome, everybody. As we are now in game 2 on 2000 atmospheres, ELE. Looking at the base of the yellow Terran player, representing Team Super, it is Dolan.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 atmospheres LE, we have the Peruvian teal player. He is Zerg, not just representing Root Gaming, but the owner of Root Gaming himself. It is Catz. Sending his drone across again.
Yep. Yep. I mean, look, as we said, like, I don't want to say the Catz is the creator, but at the very least he contributed to a lot of these strategies as they became a thing. I'm pretty sure he has been working with a lot of players on all of these quirky strategies that we often see in different matches.
Yeah.
And there he is, like, showing one of them.
Yeah, famously, you know, he gave Sue a bunch of builds to use in GSL, which Sue used to great effect. It was great to see. Who are the other ones? I'm pretty sure he has close ties with Dongray Gu, especially back in Heart of the Swarm. Hydra as well, Root Hydra, back when he was on Roots. Like, yeah, Catz, he is an innovator. He's one of the OGs.
Yeah, like, he may not himself be like the top pro player, but he has contributed to a lot of careers along the way.
Yeah, exactly. He's kind of like the OG Lambo in a way. If you if you know this Lambo, he is kind of the brains behind Raynor. He does coach him. He has been paid to coach Raynor for the World Finals before. So again, like Lambo being a very strategic player, and where he, you know, lacks a little bit in performance, he makes up for in helping others. And that was especially the case for Catz, because back in the day, Catz was also a pro player. Like, he was up there.
Yeah, back in the day, yeah. Like, nowadays he's switched a little bit more into casting and streaming, but he definitely still competes, as we can see him today.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know, once StarCraft digs its claws into you, like, it's so difficult to get rid of it, right? Like, Catz, he still loves the feeling that he still has that competitive drive, but because of the opener, this one Reaper does force 3 spores.
Yeah, 3 spores, I mean, at least he saves all of the drones, so that's very nice, but that was a very close call there.
Yeah, again, a lot of this is because Catz did go across the map with that initial drone. He was planning to go for a proxy hatchery. Because that was denied, like, his overall build was delayed. And because of that, Catz is still only on 2 bases. His 3rd drone was intercepted. The drone that was meant to build the 3rd.
Yeah, it looks like he's also supply blocked.
Yeah, a little bit. But you know what? I love the way that he adapts. My third base is this late. Time to get a Roach Warren.
Look, might as well.
Mhm.
I also like the positioning of the Roach Warren. It's not a common one either, so the Reaper is unlikely to actually check in that specific spot.
Ah, he needs to though. He needs to. He will get behind the mineral line, confirming that there is no Roach Warren in the main base, but it's in the natural. Ah.
Yeah, as I said, like, you know, typically players will not expect to check right there, like right on the very back of the natural. So it looks for the time, like for the time being, it will go unscouted.
Oh, exactly. Meanwhile, I'm sure he's going to check the third base location, recognize that it's late. Actually, no, he goes straight for the natural. He's scouting.
Yeah, and he knows that roaches are now coming.
Wow. What a read here from Dolan. Again, the reason why he was so adamant about scouting is because the third was very late. And usually it's late for a reason. He's well aware of the roaches coming across the map. They're already on the way. Banshees are a great response to this, as roaches do not shoot up.
Indeed, they don't. And I find it kind of funny that for all these games, like, Dolan was kind of like trying to trick people into thinking that he's going Banshees, and this is the time he actually goes for the Banshees.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, the Hellions do dive into the natural base. They are going to burst a handful of these. Oh my god! Oh, they line up!
Yeah, they did light up. In the end, I would say only 7 drones went down. Like, it could be worse, but it is 7 drones that went down.
It's one of those things. It's only 7, but Catz doesn't have a lot of drones to begin with. Like, it's oh god. Wasn't ideal. The roaches are intercepted here by the Banshee. Ling's going to try and do what they can, but we have 3 bunkers on the low ground. We have pre-pulled SCVs to repair. We have a tank as well.
I mean, to be fair, only one of those bunkers is actually full, but that's just enough firepower to repel this attack from the Zerg.
Yeah, Dolan defends his main base beautifully, does not get bowed down, does not get juked by those Ravagers. He will hold on, and now his third is on the way.
Yeah, and he's going for even more Banshees, so it looks like it's gonna be a harassment to stay in this game.
Oh, God. Exactly, and now Catz, he's going to do something a little bit different here. He is trying to drone up, you know, he's trying to saturate his third base, and interestingly, he's going for Burrow.
Oh, okay. I wonder if this is just Burrow to like burrow links here and there, as we did see him do in previous game, or this is actually like a roach burrow or something.
Yeah, we'll see what the plan is. Unfortunately, Catz doesn't have a lair, so he can't actually make tunneling claws, as that is a lair upgrade, so if he wants that, he's going to need it later on. Meanwhile, no, the Spore repositions, and a couple more drones are going to go down here.
Yeah, 4 drones in total fall down once again, and funnily enough, that actually brings Catz more or less even with Dolan on workers, but that's generally not what the Zerg's like.
Yeah. Oh god, as Catz is trying to drone up desperately here. There we go, immediately going into that lair at the natural base as well, taking all his gases. I imagine his plan is to just go for a mass roach style again and make use of that roach warren.
Wow, even more drones are falling down to these 2 Banshees, and this Queen may as well.
Yeah, the Queen is going to focus down the weakened Banshee. It looks like he will get it.
But the Queen falls down as well.
Yeah, trading a Queen for a Banshee. Oh boy. And from here, Catz, he's going to try and take his 4th base. He's going to try and stabilize. I just worry a little bit because similar to the previous games, soon Dolan is going to push out with a timing, with stim, with 3+ tanks. And it's going to hit hard. Oh boy.
Oh, there goes the Ling.
Hey, whatever it takes, forcing a scan, it's some damage.
Yeah, it does force Dolan to waste a bit of his resources, even if the resource is energy, as well as gives all the information to Catz that he currently needs.
Yeah, Catz is like, oh, okay, I see you take a 3rd base. I can see your army reposition as well. I myself am now going straight into my lair upgrades. Glad Reconstitution, Roach Speed is on the way. Soon, I imagine Baneling Speed as well. I'm just curious if Catz is just gonna... Yeah, it looks like he wants to focus on droning up even that 4th.
Yep. Looks like.
Bird Banes! He's burrowing the Banes! Oh my god! Oh my god! He's going for it! He detonates!
That one guy is like, wait, what?
It's like, all my friends just died before my eyes. Ah.
How did he survive? He's not even scratched.
The poor Marine. He has seen things. Oh my god, and this is terrifying. Again, we see a preemptive scan, but there are no banelings. Does confirm the army at least, I guess.
Yeah, but like now this drop is not gonna do any damage, and yeah, Catz just stops it right there.
Yeah, that was a very well played move there by Catz. And you know what? Catz, he has droned up to 80 drones. He has been so greedy because of this, and he is getting away with the greed. He's taking up going straight into that Spire. But he is neglecting a couple of things in doing so, and that is his upgrades. He will be on 0-0. He will be behind in upgrades for a while.
Yeah, but I mean, he will be behind in upgrades, but he's also keeping Dolan busy on this side of the map as he's like shaving off his army.
Oh god.
Well, that's it. Okay, that was a nice bailing shot.
Oh my god, yeah, the banelings actually, the entire drop gets cleaned up. Dolan, not really trading the most efficiently with his Marines, mate, I'm gonna be real. But again, these have just been drops here and there. He still hasn't moved out with his main army. But the longer this goes on, the better it's gonna be for Catz because of his insane drone count.
Yeah. By the way, I like once again how Catz is using his Zerglings kind of like observers. So, like, he has one burrowed right in the middle where all the paths cross, so he can actually see every move out that the Dolan does.
Yeah. Catz sees everything, and Dolan, if he wanted to go for a 1-1 timing, now it is no longer the case. He cannot pull it off. He has to go for a bit of a longer game. 2-2 is on the way. 4th base on the way.
Yeah, and Catz is working on his own upgrades, so once again, the delay will actually be... It won't matter as much as it could have.
God. Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, the Roaches of Catz are here to try and deny or delay this 4th base, and he will for a little bit. And I love this as well. He, like, how do you really kind of tie all of this together? Roach, Ravager, Ling Bane, Infestors, Fungals. That's how you do it.
Yeah, Infestors definitely will be great for this army. We even have a few Corruptors flying down now.
Yeah, they are on the way as well. Finally, the 4th base is going to be taken, but Catz is here. Catz is maxed.
Yeah, Catz is maxed, but there's still a lot of Marines here. The tanks fall down though, and the rest of them are left behind.
Ooh, exactly. That's a major loss here for Dolan. To lose 4 tanks in the blink of an eye. The rest of his tanks are repositioning. Is this going to be enough?
I don't think it will, as the Roaches are still standing, but that is a lot of bio, so they may be able to hold for now.
Yeah, exactly. We do see Dolan force all this back. Honestly, he does have a large enough army to clean up all these Ravagers, and it looks like he may go for it. Up, he was thinking about it. Oh my god, there's 2. There's 2 banelings. Oh my god.
Oh no. They're like right on the edge too.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Catz going for it. Oh my god, the Bile's even connecting with the army.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Oh, but the army... He's waiting for the right moment. I like the little eyes poking out of the ground. Like, don't look at me. I'm definitely not here.
Also, not gonna lie, I thought there was a run by getting prepared, but it's just a mass amount of overlords.
Nah, yeah. That is just feeling. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. But you know what? Dolan, he's stabilizing. He's now rebuilding all of his tanks. Now they're in a much better position to defend this 4th base. But behind this, the spellcasters are on the way. Vipers are on the way. Infestors as well. They will be able to just shut this down. Oh no! Ah!
Yeah, he noticed it like last minute, but they still exploded, taking quite a chunk of the army.
Oh my god, Catz making some magic happen. More banelings being borrowed, forcing more scans.
Yeah, and this is
quite
a big army now, and the one fungal can... Oh, this is a pretty good one.
Yeah, it's a pretty good fungal indeed. The Ling Bane is rolling on forward. The tanks are dishing out a lot of damage to the army on the right-hand side. Isn't really doing too well for the Zerg player, but he is able to take down... Oh my god, the Infestors get sniped!
Yeah, the Infestors get sniped, and it's just Ravagers here and a few Corruptors. And the Bio Army actually is able to chase it down.
Oh my god, exactly. Unfortunately, there wasn't much of a buffer for the Roach Ravager and the Infestors. Catz was maybe a little bit too ambitious with that engagement, and that was actually a really big loss for Catz. looking at the units lost tab, he lost 2 infestors there, and he has 1 left, and he's not rebuilding them, so he will only have 1 infestor for those fungals. That's it.
It looks like he's switching in tech completely, going for the Great Spire behind this, and just focusing on the Vipers for now. But
Yeah.
Dolan is about to be ready to move out himself.
Yeah, 2-2 is done for Dolan. He is done waiting. He is done defending. It is now time to push out across the map. And just like against Caleb going into Lurkers, Dolan is looking to end the game before Broodlords come out.
Yeah, this bio army is very hurt though, and the medivacs are completely out of energy, so he has to be careful about how he engages this.
Yeah, every single stim is going to hurt him that much more. But Caleb also just wasted a wave of those blinding clouds. He did try to take down this army, and he knows that he cannot hold on to the space. He just evacuates.
You said Caleb.
Oh. Meanwhile,
Okay.
Dolan... Dolan, he is going to keep on pushing. He's actually being a little bit too... he's not being very decisive at all, and Catz just counterattacks.
Yeah, as Catz counterattacks, Dolan actually decides he wants to defend this base, but I'm not sure he's gonna get here in time, and maybe he should have attacked instead.
Yeah, again, very indecisive is Dolan. Meanwhile, Catz just lost his infestor, and Dolan is going to be able to swallow up this army. There's no Banelings left! And he's scanning to check.
Yeah, he's scanning to check, so he's gonna clean up this whole army. The Vipers are in a bit of a danger, but the pathing will actually stop the bio from chasing them down. And Catz is just remaking roaches. I think this is time to go for Dolan.
It really is. He was trying to go earlier, but now this is his moment. Roaches are on the way. Still no Broodlords. We have a little bit of energy on that Viper. We have a little bit of energy on that Infestor as well. It looks like we have enough for 1 fungal. Oh my god, but we have ghosts.
Yeah, it goes, and this time Dolan is actually spreading his army, making sure it doesn't clump up too much, and he just attacks the most forward base.
Yeah, I thought Catz was going to get ready for a mass surround, but no, he's going for a counterattack instead. I love this. He has to make use of these roaches. He knows that he cannot push into this pre-sieged army, so he's going to force a decision out of Dolan. Does Dolan turn around, or does he go all in?
It looks like he stays, and he's gonna be able to defend this army. There are Broodlords being more on the back.
We do have 1 fungal, but again, there's no follow-up. The Roach army is not here. Do we have enough reinforcements at home? We have 1 bunker and 1 unit in it, but mate, there's nothing stopping Dolan. There's nothing stopping him from pushing in. There's 3 Broodlords! 4 even, 5!
There are 5 Broodlords, but they are being sniped by the Ghost, and the Bio army just moves in.
Yeah, exactly. There aren't that many Marines. There's a lot of tanks and Marauders, so with good enough kiting, the Broodlords are going to be able to survive, and we see a surround!
Yeah, the surround is very nice, as the tanks are still sieging, and they are blinded as well, and now it's mostly the Marauders left.
Exactly. Catz is actually going to hold. There's not enough. There's literally 0 units here that shoot up. Nothing shoots up!
All of the Marines have been cleaned up, the Ghosts have been cleaned up. They tried to snipe the Broodlords, but they just couldn't do it fast enough.
Oh my god, the micro by Catz, he surrounds all of the tanks. He does not let them escape. And Catz he's kind of doing it. He did just lose 2 bases, but he didn't lose very many drones. He saved them with the burrow.
They look great at the ground.
Ah.
I don't think I've seen like this skin being used to burrow units.
Oh,
it looks great because it's like neon.
Yeah, and like because of this, Catz is staying in this. Like the Broodlord count is getting higher and higher. He has 4 at the moment, which is nothing to really write home about. But you know, it's gonna get higher and higher. Meanwhile, Dolan is trying to focus down the hatchery.
And he will get it. He did lose a few units to do so, but the hatchery did go down.
Oh, and now Catz is down to 1 base economy. He's got a couple of mineral patches left in his natural, but he just doesn't really have much income at all. He is maxed, but again, maxed with an ideal army. Yeah,
and there's more snipes going down. This is a big army, and all the tanks are getting disabled.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like the planetary may go down. Dolan's trying his best to try and hold on with what little he has. The Vikings are actually going to town. The Vikings may be able to take down all these Broodlords, but oh, he gets forced back. And also, now I should bring up that Dolan also only has 1 base mining. Like this creep here denying him from taking another base.
Yeah, it is. So both players are a bit rough on their economy, and This Ravager army is just raining more and more bites.
Yeah, Dolan can't afford to lose this. He will lose the planetary. He has no minerals. He just can't make anything.
Yeah, he's trying to chase this army, but I'm not sure how much he can get done with it.
Yeah. He was just trading a little bit too inefficiently earlier. Like, losing that base really hurt him as well. We have another massive Ling run by head towards. Look at all those idle SCVs. Oh my god.
Well, they're not gonna be idle for long, as the Zerglings will catch up to them.
Yeah, and Dolan turns around again. He's just being pulled apart. He doesn't have enough supply to defend and attack at the same time. Oh my god, a Baling detonates.
Yeah, and 40 workers are going down. If Dolan wasn't all in before, like, he's definitely all in now.
Yeah, and it's just not going to be enough. Catz saturated this base towards the top left. His drone count is as good as it needs to be. He is remaxed once again, and Dolan has run out of steam. He scans to see how good is your economy. Again, it's not that great. It's just the fact that Catz has just been a little bit more efficient here towards the end.
It's like, his economy is not great, but it's still better than yours.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Exactly. Oh my god. The piles do connect. The tanks go down, and Catz, he's doing it. He's fighting back. He will be taking a game off of old mate Dolan. As he's forcing his way through into the natural base as well. Biles are connecting. Balings are rolling in as well. There's only a small bio portion remaining here for Dolan. He's trying. He has his last stand in his main base, but there's just an overwhelming amount of Zerg here, Kuro.
Yeah, the swarm of the Zerg does not stop. It looks like those are the final moments of Dolan's base. He's sniping the Broodlords with the Vikings, which is nice.
Yeah.
But even when he does, there will be nothing left on the ground.
Exactly. There is nothing left here. The Vipers get taken out, the Broodlords get taken out, but the Roach Ravager stands strong. Oh my god, even piles down some of those Vikings. And Catz. Despite piling his own Lings, it doesn't even matter, Kuro. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, Dolan is fighting till the end, but he has to GG out. And we will be going to that game free.
GG, well played. We have a series. I was really worried earlier on. I thought that Dolan was going to be able to take the game and take the series with that big push when Catz was trying to get his first 3 Broodlords out. But we saw he just didn't have anything that showed up. he had like a mass amount of Marauders and tanks and no Marines. Like,
Yes, it did.
Oh. Yeah. GG. Well played. We are going into our ace match. Meanwhile, I'm just catching up with the chat here. Shout out to Belquest. Belquest saying that, you know, he is Portuguese, but he enjoys the stream anyway. Thank you, Belquest. Thank you. Less than 3. We appreciate the support. And for sure, is saying, yo, Catz owns Root Gaming. Yo, yeah, he's owned it for a long time. Like he made it. Since the
beginning, I think.
Since the beginning.
Yeah. So interesting color choice we have this game, as this time Catz changed color a little bit, so we have yellow versus orange. But we are here once again in the base of the Yellow Terran, representing Team Super. It is Dolan. Technically also a duck.
Back. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Glittering Ashes LE, we have the Peruvian Zerg player himself fighting back in this series and switching his colors up into orange, representing hence also the owner of Root Gaming. It is Catz. Going across the map with the drone.
Do you think it's another proxy archery? Is it just like the standard opening for him?
I imagine so. Like, Catz is currently delaying his gas and his spawning pool. He does have enough resources to throw down that hatchery, and it looks like this game he will.
Yeah, there it goes. Once again, Dolan sees it. It's like, not again.
Oh god, yeah, he's gonna have to pull some SCVs, going Marine first as well, and we'll have to slowly deal with this. So yeah, I guess this is the cat special, the cat standard in ZvT.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a standard for him. It looks like he has consistently gone for it every game. It doesn't work out every game, but he's definitely like doing it every time. But at the same time, for Terran, it's not a huge deal because of the starting unit. He does lose a lot of mining time, which is a problem. But like other than that, it's more of an annoyance.
Yeah, I mean, there's also a little bit of extra damage as well because he puts the orbital on the high ground, so Dolan is being very safe. He's very afraid of an early pull behind this and like some aggression from Catz. So the fear of Catz is forcing Dolan to be even that much more. Oh my god, he even takes the gas geyser as well.
Yes.
So yeah, Dolan gonna be losing that much more economy, and immediately he wants to go across the map with this Reaper.
I mean, in the previous games, the Reapers did some decent damage on the other side of the map, so we'll see if he can be quite as successful this time.
Oof. Drone finally gets cleaned up. The Reaper is across the map, but in time to meet the Reaper are going to be these Lings. Oh, they weren't sure where the Reaper was going to pop up, and we'll see if he can get a drone.
He has to be careful. He almost got sandwiched by these Lings, and this Reaper may fall down actually.
Ooh, forces one of the spores. The Queen comes out, and with the Queen, the Reaper will be executed. And this means that if Catz goes for another early Roach Warren, and if he skips Ling speed, then Dolan will be none the wiser. But he went further.
I mean, the thing is, like, Dolan has to guess what Catz is going for now because he doesn't have that scouting power. So, we don't know if Dolan now assumes that there will be a Roach Warren or he assumes that it won't be. It's just that, like, he just doesn't know what to prepare for.
That's the thing, right? Like, Dolan, if we look at his vision, he didn't even see the third base. Like, he just doesn't really know what Catz is doing. And that's a scary thing because it's Catz, which means he can do anything. Like, that's just the kind of player he is.
Yeah, this is why he's splitting his Hellions and sending them to different locations just to get that information, because it's so important in how you will proceed with this game.
Yeah, it really is. Oh boy. Meanwhile, Catz, he's getting ready to go in for a scout as well with his Overlord to confirm what is going on. We can see, ooh, a hidden armory in the main base.
Oh, interesting. And the Technap this time is not actually on the starboard, but it's there, it's chilling, it's waiting.
Yeah, and it's pretty important for Catz to see this. He confirms there is nothing on the starport. The tech lab is a little bit alone. We do have Hellions on the way. This doesn't necessarily scream. This doesn't scream Hellbats. But he should be getting ready for Hellions regardless.
Yeah. He's throwing a few spores down just in case, because the Liberator is coming, and we'll see how his response will be this time.
Yeah. These spores are in locations for the Liberator. What's important as well is that there is no spore in the natural. So again, he's just being that much more efficient, not making a spore for each base because you don't need to against a Liberator. Just saving some resources. But the Hellions are coming across the map and they can turn into Hellbats.
That they can, and they will do so right now as they are walking into that third base. There are two queens here, so that will definitely help in the defense, but it's just two queens.
Yeah, the base has to be evacuated. Catz knows that he cannot really contend with the mass amount of Hellbats. At the same time, Liberator sneaks into the main base, but Catz is ready for it.
Yeah, he will lose a lot of links to these Hellbats though, but yeah, that's what he has to deal with them, and they just keep marching forward.
Yeah, thankfully, Catz is buying a lot of time. He is slowly kiting this back. Another wave of reinforcing Lings are on the way. The Liberator actually comes into the natural. Oh,
they're
the drones!
actually shepherding the drones right into the Liberator, so a few more will fall down, but only 3 kills for now.
Yeah, exactly, and the Hellbats are getting lower and lower. They will be cleaned up, and they will only kill 3 drones.
Yeah, there was a lot of potential there, but unfortunately it did not work for Dolan.
Exactly. Now, Catz can go back to mining. What's important is that Dolan did deny a lot of mining time here at the third base, so there was some indirect economic damage as well, but I'm sure Dolan wanted to do a little bit more with that.
Yeah, definitely. But now he will just have to stick to the plan and go for a longer game. Once again, going for that bio tank. and about to set up his third base.
I think that's a very important thing to take note of, is that he isn't going mech, which he did last time on Glittering Ashes against Caleb. So yeah, something a little bit different. Meanwhile, Catz, he got Burrow again.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Such a little thing, but it can be so annoying. I'm pretty sure Eric does that too, right?
Yeah, Eric does it, Ryu does it as well. You know, it's just I mean, it's very like it's actually pretty impactful. Like forcing all these scans, like it does add up over time. Like it's a really nice touch.
Like it seems like a small detail, but it does add up eventually.
It really does. It also affects the mental of your opponent. Like, I'm sure Dolan is really annoyed at that. I'm sure,
yeah.
like, as he's playing, he's like, ugh. You know?
Yeah, that's exactly the feeling.
Yeah, yeah. And again, that all can come into play in this game of StarCraft. We do have a little bit of a drop headed towards the bottom right. Lings are here to meet it. No Banelings are morphed in though, so maybe this drop can trade a little bit well. But again, it is a drop just to harass a little bit. You know, Dolan is still working up towards his big push.
Yeah, meanwhile, Cat's going for those melee upgrades, so it looks like he wants to stay in the Link Bane for a little while. And going straight to the Infestation pit, but this drop comes in.
Yeah, it comes in, it shaves off a couple of Lings, but in the end it will be forced to pick up. He will have to get out of here. Oh my god, the Minerva getting pretty low, but just barely will escape.
Yeah, it was trying to pick up the last few Marines, but they had to be left behind. And now this Link will chase them down as well.
Yeah, but yo, the positioning in these minerals is insane. Once again, Dolan trades incredibly efficiently with these Marines, but still no real economic damage.
Dolan just builds up his army in the meantime, while Catz already going to Hive, I believe.
Yeah, Catz is being very greedy right now. He is going Ling Bane into, it looks like Ultras. He even has 2 macro hatches in his main base. Catz has mass droned up right now. He has 95 drones. It's insane. And what he made in drones means he doesn't really have an army. He
Yeah, the turn is here now.
He has 3 Lings. He has 3 Lings, Kuro. Oh god, Lings are...
he's making more.
Yeah, he's trying to make as much Ling Bane as possible. This base is going to fall. Thankfully, Baneling's speed is done for Catz, so he may be able to defend. But again, Catz has been insanely greedy.
Catz is supply blocked. He can't make any
no!
army that is already in the eggs.
Catz is supply block. Dolan, keep going, puppy. Keep going. The tanks are slowly... Yeah, they're slowly leapfrogging forward as well. He's headed towards the Evo chambers. Catz, does he have enough? Again, it's going to be all about the Banelings.
Yeah, if Dolan does not speed his Marines properly, this push may be over very soon, but so far he's still here.
Yeah, exactly. We do see the Banelings trying to connect here. They roll on forward, but the spread of tanks is insane. Banelings do kind of find connections, but that is not going to be enough. There are 0 Banelings remaining here. Only Queens and Lings.
Yeah, the Queens are still have a lot of energy, but the Lings are slowly running out.
Oh, but so are the Marines, but we have a rally coming across the map. Ultra Cavern is on the way. So again, Catz did want to go straight into those Ultras. This is a much more older school style of playing. I say older school, like again, a very stylistic way of playing. Dark does this. Serval's done this a couple of times. If you can get away with it, it's great. But Catz, again, like this timing is when he is the most vulnerable.
Yeah, and Dolan does not stop. The Marines are once again running up the ramp and trying to focus these Queens. The Queens still have a lot of energy, so the transfuses are going down, but they will run out eventually.
I love the pre-split of Dolan, but he's playing too well because there weren't even any Banelings ready at the time. He could have just gone in with everything, but here we go. The Banelings are finally coming out. It's true, it's true. You can never be too careful. Banelings get actually some pretty good connections here.
Yeah, they do, but most of them are spent now, and there's still more forces for Dolan left out here, and the Queens are starting to go down.
Yeah, but you know what? Catz has bought enough time. 5 Ultras are coming out. They may not have the best upgrades. Kind of splitting is still on the way. Again, Dolan is playing this out very meticulously, very slowly because of that, and he is allowing Catz to get this up and running, but it may still not even be enough.
I mean, it looks like this base may go down, so which would be nice for Dolan, but yeah, once again the Banelings roll down.
Yeah, the hatchery falls, but the Ultras reveal themselves. Finally, Dolan realizes what has been going on. Oh, that's why you've been struggling so much to defend against my push, because you have Ultras and I only have Marine Tank. But oh god, the Marines, they get towards the top left. They take out a massive amount of drones.
Yeah, the Marines just run forward because Ultras just can't catch up to them, and now they are defended by the tanks.
Yeah, exactly. Catz cannot push down this ramp. He cannot engage. He does have kind of plating, but he does not have 3-3. It's so difficult. Oh my god, he's gonna... Oh god, now is not the time, Catz. Now is not the time. Ugh.
Yeah, it looks like the Ultras were pulled by the Marines, and now the Liberators are here as well, which will definitely help in the defending from the Ultras.
Yeah, it looks like Catz is getting up for a bit of a surround. He does have an army here behind the tank line of Dolan. Can he do it? Can he pull it off? With Liberators, it's gonna be difficult. Oh!
Yeah, the Ultras will be getting sniped down. But there's still a lot of them alive, but now they're going down, and the rest of the army is actually going to cut off the reinforcements.
Yeah, Catz, he pulled the trigger a little bit prematurely there. The top left base is going to go down as well. Catz knocked down to only 2 hatcheries. The Ultras do come in, and they will clean up all the tanks, but there's still a lot of bio.
There's a lot of bio. There's still those 2 Liberators as well, which are definitely helping siege up this location, and the Ultras just decide to go to the other side of the map.
Yeah, what else can they do, right? They can't really keep up with the army. We see a mass doom drop into the main base. Liberator's going to be covering the ramp as well, so Ultras going to have a hard time coming back home, but they don't care. They're across the map, but the Ultras are naked, Kuro. They're naked. They're all alone.
Oh no. No, they just run straight into the bio and just fall down to the Marauders and tanks. And GG is caught.
GG, good luck gets called. Dolan takes the series 2-1.
Nice. Very nicely done there.
Oh my god.
And Dolan will be moving to the qualifying match now.
Ah. Wow. Oh my god.
Where the opponent is already waiting for him.
Oh my god. I guess our series was taking a little bit longer than expected. But congratulations to Dolan. Honestly, that was pretty close. On the one hand, Catz was very unprepared for an attack because of his greed, but at the same time, Dolan was playing it very safe. He was like approaching the fights with almost too much care. So because of that, like, I was still pretty nervous because, you know, Catz were surviving. He was living long enough to the point where he was getting Ultras up and running. So I was like, maybe there's a world where he can hold on. But nah, Dolan, he was in complete control. Ugh.
Yes, indeed. It was pretty close. Like, there were a few moments where it was really like, I wasn't sure who's gonna take it, but in the end, Dolan turned out strong enough.
Yeah, he made the right call once he realized what was happening to switch into Liberators, because again, Lingbane, Ultra, nothing shoots up, you know, there's nothing in the air, there's no anti-air, so going into Liberators can really help as well. And yeah, it was just it was crazy to see. Crazy.